The following is a presentation of PH Athletics. From Montvale, it is senior day for Pascack Hill softball. Should be a good game. They're taking on Dumont. Plenty of action at stake. This the final week before the PowerPoints close. The state tournament is seeded, and we have our final softball game as of now for this season right here on PH Athletics. First pitch coming up in just a moment. Well, our senior is right in front of you. That's Brielle Siegenthaler in center field, and we'll get you the Hills fielding lineup in a moment. The pitcher, as usual, is Nina Tooley. This season on the mound, a great year for the freshman. She has over 100 strikeouts. 108 in fact through 90.1 innings, pitched a strike there, and a 3.56 ERA. She's top 100 in the state of New Jersey in both raw strikeout count and innings pitched. A 1-1 count to the Dumont center fielder Lily Myers, as there's a sharp grounder that goes foul, fielded well by the Dumont head coach Tristan DeRosa. Myers wears the number 13, batting .446 this year and slugging .554. Over 1,000 for her OPS. The 1-2 is popped up. That may also go foul. Madonic tried to get it and could not. So let's get you the Hills fielders today. A little changes in the lineup since we last saw these girls. Catching still is Alvarez. As we mentioned, Tooley is pitching. Madonic at first base. At second is Adriana Di Loretto. Third base going to feature Megan Kenny, the flex player. At short is a change. Addie Zoli, the young freshman, playing in the field for the first time this season. She was the designated player. We have a 2-2 count here for Myers. In the outfield, we mentioned Siegenthaler, the senior, in center, flanked to her left by Ava Angrisani and to her right by Madison Higgins, another young freshman we're excited to see. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The designated player today for Hills is Leah Sigurcioglu. And the top three in the Dumont order, we have Myers up now, then it's the shortstop Riley Fletcher and the first baseman Adriana Lavisa. 2-2 for Myers, as there's a pop-up dropping just behind Tooley, and it'll be a base hit to lead off after a battle. So Myers is on early in this one, and that brings up the hard-hitting shortstop Riley Fletcher. A freshman with 2 home runs this season and a .530 batting average, slugging .803, top 50 in New Jersey in both hits and doubles. Took strike one there from Tooley. A slight wind blowing in from center field. Other than that, some clouds in the sky, but good temperatures. Ball one pitched to Fletcher. The Dumont lineup featuring Myers, who's on first right now. Fletcher up to bat on deck. Adriana Lavisa. Then Gianna Suquilema bats in the cleanup spot. Avalon Davis and Genevieve Cruz, 5th and 6th, as there is a 2-1 count now. And the 7-8-9 is Riley Bousquet, Rosie Waver, the Husky pitcher, and the right fielder Faith McAllister. The designated player is Davis, as that one is fouled back to make it 2-2. She is hitting for the flex player, who today will start in left field, Jess Saratella. And here comes the 2-2. Just a little outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the full count for Fletcher. No out, runner at first, that's Myers. See what the Dumont shortstop can do from the plate. She's done a lot this season. Can she bring some firepower here in the 2 slot? Might, and there's a base hit just over DiLoretto. And staying at second is Myers. So 2 base hits to begin this game for Dumont. And on comes the first baseman, Adriana Lavisa, wearing the 27. She's a sophomore, batting .519, .778 slugging percentage, but a 1.417 OPS, perhaps one of the best on the Dumont team. Also has driven in 20 RBIs. That is the most of any Husky. As there's a very hot ground ball that is foul over on the third base line. No outs, 2 on, 0-1 at the plate for Lavisa. Top of the first inning. 0-1 swung on and missed. And in fact, it was 0-2. We apologize, missed that foul ball on the scorebook. So it's a strikeout, first of the game for Thule, and the first out of this game. And now the cleanup hitter, Gianna Suquilema, with 1 away and 2 on, batting .562. She's brought in just 5 RBIs this season with a .688 slugging percentage. And only a junior. She'll play in the field at third base. Again, the runners, Myers is at second. Riley Fletcher is the runner at first base. Here's a chopping ground ball foul again towards Kenny at third. A 1, another ground ball foul towards third. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Suquilema. In there, strike 3 called. 2 straight strikeouts for Thule. And now with 2 away and 2 on, here is the designated player for Dumont, senior Avalon Davis, batting .423 this season. Has brought in 17 runs on a 22-for-52 record at the plate. Strike 1 called, a great pitch from Thule on the inside. Here's the 0-1. A little low. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Davis. Trying to bring in the first runs of this game early. Still the top of the first inning. There's a sharp grounder getting through to Angrasani in left. Bases will be loaded with 2 out as Angrasani made a good play to stop the runner at third. But now a big job for the catcher, Genevieve Cruz, the 6th batter in the Dumont lineup. Cruz this season brought in 19 RBIs. Sac fly will not be an option. She's batting .346 this season. Needs a base hit. If she gets it, it'd be number 19 on her season, 47 for her career. Good pitch from Thule. Strike one there. Batting .357 for her career. She's another one of the seniors for Dumont. There's a chopping ground ball foul into the fence protecting the Hills dugout, and now it is 0-2. Thule trying to get out of this early jam. 2 out, bases loaded, no balls, and 2 strikes at the plate for Cruz. Time called at the plate as Cruz sets up, slugging .558, but again, just trying to get that first run across. It'd be Myers. She's at third, and it's Fletcher at second. As there's a swing and miss. 3 strikeouts, the only 3 outs, of course, in that first inning. They were all strikeouts from Nina. Thule gets out of the bases loaded jam, and it's still scoreless at the middle of the first. And here we are, bottom of the first. It is a new lineup for Hills, and it begins with the new shortstop, Addie Zoli, who was the designated player for most of this season and was the cleanup hitter. Now she's the leadoff hitter. And this year, with one of the best batting averages on this Hills team, batting .432 and slugging .636. 2 home runs as just a freshman to couple with 3 doubles. She takes ball 1 high and away. The Dumont pitcher today wears number 4, and that is Rosie Waver, a freshman. 61 strikeouts over 60 innings pitched, a 4.08 ERA. Got a 2-1 count at the plate. As there's a nice rip into right field. It'll be a base hit to lead off for Zoli. And that brings up Ava Angrasani. She's always been the second batter in this Hills lineup to begin. or since the start of the season. Siegenthaler on deck. Then it's the catcher Amelia Alvarez. Sabrina Madonic bats fifth. Nina Tooley sixth, the pitcher. Then it's Sigurd Gioglu, the designated player, at 7. Di Loretto as Angrasani lays down a bunt and just barely loses the race to first. But Zoli does advance to second on that sacrifice. So as I was saying, Sigurd Gioglu is the 7th batter, Di Loretto 8th, the second baseman, and the right fielder, Madison Higgins, bats 9th. Here is Brielle Siegenthaler with a runner at second, and she takes ball 1, the senior on senior day from Hills. Siegenthaler this year batting .326, brought in 11 runs, 1-1 after the called strike. Just fouled that one off. And here's the 1-2, a swing and a miss. And it is strikeout number 1 for Waver. 2 down after the opening single from Zoli. But here now is the other slugger on this Hills team, the 31, Amelia Alvarez, the Hills catcher. Swings and misses at strike 1. Slugging .583 this year while batting .396. And she's brought in the most RBIs of anyone on Hills with 16 this season. That one popped foul, 0-2. The 0-2 to Alvarez, grounded a big chopper towards third. A great play made by the third baseman, Suquilema. And so we end the first scoreless. And here we are, second inning underway. It's the 7-8-9 in the Dumont lineup, beginning with the second baseman, the sophomore Riley Busquet, who looks at a skipping ball 1 in the dirt. Busquet batting .344 in her sophomore season. And there's a high ball 2. Two 0 in there, strike 1. Good framing from Alvarez. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, right to Thule, and the throw to first in time. Nice heads-up play by the Hills pitcher. So Busquet with the ground out. And now the pitcher, Rosie Waver, the freshman, who this season 0 for 18 from the plate. Does have an RBI and 2 walks. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. Takes a high ball 1, good take. Here's the 1-1. A little low. And here's the 2-1. In there, strike 2 is called on the inside. Waver looking for the first hit of her career. Has only gotten on base with 2 walks at this point. 18 at-bats. She'll have a full count. Thule, with 3 strikeouts in the first inning, has not yet issued a walk. Strike 3 called. 4th strikeout of the day for Nina Thule. 2 away, none on. Faith McAllister, the right fielder, the last batter in the Dumont lineup, a sophomore batting 185 this year. On base percentage of .241. Took strike 1 there. Five hits on 27 at-bats plus 2 walks. Strike 2 called. Another good frame job by Alvarez. That one low, got away from the Hills catcher. And here's the 1-2 to McAllister. Low again. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's another 2 strikeouts for Thule, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. it will be Sabrina Madonic, the first baseman, to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Only Addie Zoli got on in the bottom of the first for Hills. Madonic takes strike one this season as a junior, batting .364 on her first season on varsity, .488 on base percentage, and fouls that one off to make it 0-2. On deck is the Hills pitcher Nina Tooley and Leah Sigurgioglu. There's a pop-up fouled again. 0-2, or 1-2. One ball, two strikes, way high. In there, strike three called, and Madonic goes down looking to bring up Tooley, the pitcher. Tooley at the plate this season, leading Hills in on-base percentage with a .490, batting .375, taking strike one. The leader in walks drawn on Hills. She might have a base hit here. A great play made by Radley Fletcher. You saw the sophomore shortstop in there. What a play. And this is Leah Sigurgioglu, by what we can tell, her first at-bat of the season, first recorded at-bat on NJ.com. I believe she's had a couple, but they were not entered, so we do not have the data on those. 0-1 the count here. The Hills designated player today, batting for Megan Kenny. 0-2. Another one of the large freshman class, many of them playing on varsity this year for this Hills softball program. That one skied and fouled off. So still 0-2. One ball, two strikes. And it is 2-2 for the young freshman. Grounded towards short, another chance for Fletcher, and she makes the play once again. No score after two. We're back to the top of the Dumont order after just 2 innings. This is Lily Myers, who singled on her first at-bat. The center fielder swings and fouls off what will be strike one. And that one fouled off as well. No balls, 2 strikes. Mirroring the first at-bat, although Myers battled back in that one and ended up getting a leadoff single. Here comes the 0-2. Struck her out. Great breaking ball from Thule. K number 6 on the young day. And now another Dumont batter who singled on her first at-bat. It's Riley Fletcher, the shortstop, coming off 2 great plays in the field. See if she can translate that to the plate here. There's a ground ball towards short. Zoli coming over, steps on second, and could not make the throw to first. 1 on, 1 out. And now Adriana Lavisa with 1 on and 1 away. She struck out on her first at-bat. It's the first strikeout of the day for Thule. Outside, ball 1. And there's strike 1 called. Well, it looked like a slider to me. Breaking outside. 1 and 1 here. A little outside. The framing not enough from Alvarez. 2 and 1. Bounced off the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 to Lavisa. A long drive all the way out to the wall in left. Going home is Fletcher. She will get there. Dumont takes the lead. An RBI triple from Adriana Lavisa. The first run of the day belongs to the Huskies. Lavisa with her 21st RBI of the season, leading Dumont in that category. And now at third, after the triple, that is her first of this season. And by my count, her first triple of her career. Squilema grounding one towards Kenny, fumbling it, throw to first. No call. I haven't seen a call just yet. And it looks like out at first, but the runner going home was safe. So 2-0 Dumont with 2 out now and nobody on. On what I guess could be called a sac hit for Suqualema. Strike one is called on Avalon Davis, who singled on her first at-bat. One and one here. One ball, two strikes. That one called, although dropped. And here's the 1-2 to Davis. It is inside, but a called strike three. So two strikeouts again for Thule in the third. However, Dumont scores first. They're up 2-0 at the middle of three. It is Adriana Di Loretto leading off in this bottom of the third inning. Hills down for the first time today, and this the first time Di Loretto is hitting today. Took strike one. And Di Loretto this year batting 132. And it's a 1-2 count at the plate. On base, a .233 percentage there as Di Loretto strikes out on 3 pitches to begin this third inning. And now it'll be Madison Higgins, the freshman with a .250 average, 3 for 12 in her young plate appearances. Has a base hit and maybe more to center here as that one fumbled right in front of us. Higgins into second with a stand-up double. First extra base hit of the day, and that'll bring us back to the top of the Hills lineup with Addie Zoli, who singled on her first at-bat today. That one low. A nice try by Cruz, and a good job blocking that. 1-0 the count. So tying run at the plate for Hills. As that one fumbled off the glove, it will be runners at the corners with 1 out. Perhaps you could call that a base hit. I'm going to call it an error for the Dumont second baseman. Eva Angrisani, who sack bunted in the first inning, as she does sometimes, nearly got on very fast. And pops that one up foul. She was swinging. Here's the 0-1 to Angrisani, in there, called strike 2. Siegenthaler on deck. Chance for a double play here. Very hard to turn that, however, as Angrisani swings and misses. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Waver. And here is Siegenthaler, who struck out on her first at-bat. Runners at the corners, however, with Higgins at third, the tying run Zoli at first. 2 out. Takes ball 1. There's a pop-up deep and foul over in left field. 1-1 now for Siegs. Popped up foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Waver. And at the end of the third, Dumont has a 2-run lead. And here we are in the top of the 4th. Dumont trying to extend their 2-run lead. To start that is the catcher, Genevieve Cruz. Struck out on her first at-bat back at the end of the top of the 1st. Only about an hour into this one, and we're already at the 4th inning. Cruz swings and misses. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thule again pitching well. 7 strikeouts so far. The 1-1. Popped up high towards Higgins in right. Chasing after it and making a nice grab as the freshman keeps her footing outside the fence as well. 1 away. And that brings up Riley Bousquet, who grounded out on her first at-bat in the second inning. 1 out, none on. Sharp grounder towards third. Good play by Kenny. 2 up, 2 down. And here is Rosie Waver, the Dumont pitcher, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Fouled on that ground ball. Showing bunt, pulled back. It was the right call, 1-1. Showing bunt again. It gets off nearly, caught by Alvarez behind the plate. 1-2 now. Here comes the 1-2. 2 away, none on for Waver. Her second straight strikeout. And the 8th on the day for Tooley. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 4th. Now we'll see if Hills can get the bats going in the bottom. Amelia Alvarez leads off as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Hills down 2 runs, trying to claw back. Alvarez grounded out on her first at-bat, all the way back in the 1st. Takes a high, ball 1 here. And that one outside, 2-0 for the sophomore catcher. Three balls, no strikes. And 3-1 after Alvarez swung and missed. 2-1, excuse me. And a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. We had a baseball from the JV game. Uh-oh. You would have had to pay for it. He was doing a good job. There's a high fly ball towards center, and a nice play by that center fielder, Lily Myers. She was the one who went over and retrieved that ball, and we thank her for it. Nearly hit the equipment. That's why I said you would have had to pay for it. So a fly out for Alvarez to begin. And that brings up Sabrina Madonic. Swing and a miss. Struck out back in the second inning. Showing bunt, pulled back, strike two called. And there's a high fly ball to left center. It's going to drop for a base hit by Madonic, turning for second and getting there. It's a stand-up double for Sabrina Madonic, 1 on and 1 out. And that brings the tying run to the plate. Nina Tooley, the Hills pitcher, who grounded out in the second. Strike one called. Madonic stays. Here's the 1-0, fouled off. One ball and one strike for Tooley with 1 out, and Madonic the runner at second. That one got away almost from the catcher Cruz, but good block. 1-2. And Madonic Tooley just got a piece of that one. Trying to drive in Hills' first run of the day. Tooley this year with just 8 RBIs. One and two, a little high. Full count for Tooley, a little low on that pitch. Chopper towards short, getting through. Madonic will come home. And Tooley trying to get to second. She will. It's an RBI double. And Hills back in this one with still 1 out and that runner at second. Here's the designated player, Leah Sigurd-Cioglu. And Tooley done a good job to help herself. Mound conference here, first of the day by either team. Tristan DeRosa out to talk. We'll be back. All right, here we are. 1 out, runner at second. That is the tying run, and it is represented by the pitcher, Nina Tooley. Here is Leah Sigurd-Cioglu, who grounded out on her first at-bat and pops one up foul. One ball, one strike. Good take from the freshman. 1-1, swung on and missed. On deck, Adriana Di Loreto. Little too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it is a full count for Sigurd Sioglu. Popped up towards center, a little deep, but caught, and Thule will stay at second after the flyout. Adriana Di Loreto trying not to strand the tying run at second. Struck out an inning ago. And that one fouled off. Outside, good take from the second baseman. 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 to Di Loreto is popped up, getting through. Thule being waved home. The tying run at the throw to the plate. It is safe. Unbelievable. The throw was there with plenty of time, but Thule avoided the tag, and we are tied. So an RBI single for Di Loreto. Just her 6th RBI of this season. And up comes Madison Higgins. Di Loreto actually at second base. We missed that. So an RBI double. First pitch to Higgins, swung on and hit for a base hit. Di Loreto will stay. As Higgins goes to second, it'll be a double. So how about that? 2 straight doubles, and 4 out of the last 5 at-bats have ended in doubles for Hills. Back to the top of the order with Addy Zoli. On base twice today, once reached on an error. That was in the last inning. Took strike 1 there. Had a leadoff single for Hills. So 1-1 after that pitch was low. Go-ahead run at third, but there's 2 out. Framing from Cruz didn't fool our umpire. 2-1. Scoreboard says 1-1. We'll go off that. As that one's popped up, it will be foul. Ooh, into a chair. They're all right. So the board says 1-2. We'll go with that. 2 out and 2 runners in scoring position. We're all tied at 2. And the go-ahead run, Di Loreto, is at third. There's a soft grounder towards second. Throw to first will be In time, just barely. So we'll be tied at the end of 4, a 2-2 game between Dumont and Pascack Hills. Entering the closing stages of this game as we go to the 5th inning here. And leading off for Dumont is Faith McAllister. Second time we've seen her. She hits one. That's going to be a fair ball and a base hit right by third base. So McAllister with her first hit of the game. First time she's been on base in this game. And that brings up Lily Myers for the third time today, 1 for 2 with a single. As Zoli attended to by Hills coach Ellie Mendy. Myers with a single to lead off and then a strikeout in the third. Sun out for the first time really today in this 2-2 game. Laying down a bunt, Kenny up, throw to first in time, 1 away. And the sac bunt works as intended, but nothing more. McAllister advances to second. Myers is out. There's 1 away and 1 on for Riley Fletcher. On base twice today, was the first run of the game back in the third, taking strike 1. Fletcher, that dangerous hitter in the 2 spot. Shortstop singled back in the first and reached on an error in the third. That one got away from Alvarez. It'll be a stolen base by our count, the first of this game. It goes to McAllister, her first of the season and of her varsity career. Go-ahead run at third, 1-1 the count, and a time called. Chopper towards third. Kenny. It was foul. 1-2. A little high from Thule, 2-2. we will have a full count for Fletcher. Here comes the 3-2. Just outside. The first walk issued by either pitcher today. It goes to Riley Fletcher. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And that runner at third is the go-ahead run. Adriana Lavisa, a triple in the third inning. Brought in the first RBI and was brought home by Suquilema. Took strike one there. As there's a grounder foul on the third base line. 0-2 for Lavisa at the plate. Struck out on her first at-bat, but that triple has given her confidence. It was her first career triple. And by what we can tell, her first career, no, excuse me, we missed that part. 1-2 the count. I was going to say her first career extra base hit, but that can't be true because she's top 100 in the state for doubles this year. 1-2 the count. There's a sharp grounder, fumbled a bit by Zoli. 1 run will score. It is a RBI single for Lavisa. And in to score McAllister. Dumont taking the lead back. And there is still just 1 out. On comes Suquilema, who pops one up and foul. Suquilema today also struck out in the first and grounded out in the third, but brought in a run. Here's a line drive getting through into shallow right center. Being waved home is Fletcher. She will get there. Dumont back up by 2 runs. Still 1 out. A ball called there for Avalon Davis. 1 for 2 today, although the inverse of the prior 2 batters. So there's strike 1 called. She struck out on her last at-bat in the third, but singled in the first inning as the designated player. 1-1 the count. Swung on, fouled off, 1-2. Still 1-2 after another foul ball from Davis. And that one fouled off again. 3rd straight foul ball. Both runners will steal after that one got away from Alvarez. It's 2-2 at the plate, and now there are two runners in scoring position. Lavisa is at third, and Suqualema now at second. Line drive, a fair ball. One run scores in for the second Suqualema, a 2 RBI single for Davis. And the lead is up to 4 runs. Popped up foul from Genevieve Cruz, the catcher, who is 0 for 2. One ball, one strike. That one popped up, could be caught, and just foul, just out of Madonic's glove. 1-2. Popped up, and that one not catchable at all. Still 1-2 for Cruz. Busquet on deck, still just 1 out. Time called by Cruz. Swing and a miss, and it is strikeout number 9 for Tooley. 2 away, and a runner at first as Hills trying to mitigate the damage from this 4-run Dumont inning. A low ball there for Busquet, who today is also 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Oh, a line drive into right center. It will be a base hit and nothing more. Rosie Waver, the Dumont pitcher, only batter not to go in this inning, is up now. And she is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Time is called. We did have a pinch runner for Dumont, for Davis, it looks like. She's at second, wearing the 44. We do not have anyone listed as the number 44. Showing bunt at the plate. Kenny over, throw to first in time, so they stop the bleeding at 4, but it is still a 6-2 Husky lead at the middle of the 5th. And here we are to the bottom of the fifth, and it will be Angrisani, Siegenthaler, and Alvarez due up. Angrisani swings and misses. Sacrifice bunt in the first and a strikeout in the third. Hoping to get on here and try to claw back this 4-run deficit. Win today would get Dumont back on track after losing in the second round of the Bergen Invitational against Hasbrook Heights by just 1 run. They lost 2-1 on Tuesday there, last Tuesday. Hills trying to break a 0-4-1 streak as there's a fly out to right field by Angrisani. Saratella making the catch and putting one away. Hills has lost 4 out of their last 5. Their only non-loss, a 10-inning, 15-15 tie on Thursday against New Milford. Siegenthaler now, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Fouls off to make it 0-1. One ball and 1 strike here. And a little high, 2-1. Drilled towards center. It is catchable, and a great catch again made by Myers. 2 up, 2 down in this 5th inning. Alvarez now also 0 for 2, grounded out and flew out. Needing some big power. One and 0. Two balls, no strikes for Alvarez. Cruz tried her best to frame it and could not. A little high and away there. 3 balls, no strikes for the Hills catcher. And there's strike 1. Ooh, a swing and a miss, and it was a big one. 3-2 from what was 3-0. Fouled off. Madonic on deck, still 3-2. 2 out and none on. Hills down 4 runs. And Alvarez will work the walk. That one the first surrendered by waiver today. Here is Madonic. 2 out, runner at first. And today, struck out in the second, doubled in the fourth. As Alvarez will be pinch ran for by, I believe, Morgan Drayson. Nice line drive, a base hit from Madonic. Rounding second is Drayson. She'll get to third, no problem. A single from Sabrina Madonic, her second straight hit. And runners at first and third for Nina Tooley. Chance to help herself. Also had a double back in the fourth inning. That brought in the first Hills run of the game. Swinging for it and fouled it off. 2 out, however, so needing to be careful. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike for Tooley, the Hills pitcher. Taking a low ball 2. Chopper towards short, and Dumont will work their way out of that jam. 6-2 at the end of 5. Faith McAllister led off in the top of the 5th inning. She leads off here in the top of the 6th inning. Trying to add to a 6-2 Dumont lead. Taking ball 1 inside. McAllister today 1 for 2 with a single. That was the single that led off the 5th. 2-0. Swing and a miss. And there's a ground ball. Diving after it as Zoli could not get there. A base hit again for McAllister to lead off this time in the 6th. And up comes Lily Myers. 1 ball and no strikes for Myers. 1 for 2 with a sac bunt today. It's 1-1 at the plate for the Dumont center fielder. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Popped up to left field. Angrasani under it, making the grab. And McAllister will stay at first. 1 away, 1 on. Riley Fletcher now also, 1 for 1. Reached on error and then walked in the 5th. On base 3 for 3 today as Sutton in at shortstop, making the double play. Huge play from Chloe Sutton. Middle of the 6th, still a 4-run Dumont lead. It's going to be the bottom of the Hills order to lead off a pivotal bottom of the 6th inning. Leah Sigurgioglu, the designated player today, who is 0 for 2 in this game. She'll be at the plate in just a moment, sorting out the paperwork here. Outside for ball 1, good take. Strike 1. That one broke a little less, so it'll be called 1-1. Way outside. Catcher couldn't get to it. 2-1 now. The 2-1 popped up foul. This actually, I believe, is Sutton, who is pinch hitting for Sigurcioglu, was the designated player. Sutton was on the bench, moved to shortstop, and fouls that one off. Still 2-2. So Zoli is moved back to designated player. She won't be in the field. Sutton replaces Sigurgioglu and replaces Zoli as the shortstop. Zoli replaces Sigurgioglu. As there is a base hit into right from Sutton. 1 on, none out. So her first at-bat of this game goes well, batting .302 coming in. Adriana Di Loretto now, 1 on, no outs. Swings and misses. She is 1 for 2, had a double in the 4th inning. Struck out in the 3rd. Showing bunt, pulls back, that one high, and getting tagged out on the steal is Sutton. Swing and a miss for Di Loretto. 1 and 2, according to the scoreboard. And it will be a strikeout for Di Loretto. 2 away now. And after that leadoff single, it seems a lot of momentum has been taken out of Hills' sails. Madison Higgins here, little outside, 1-0. Higgins with 2 doubles today. Back-to-back in the 3rd and 4th innings. There's a ground ball foul towards 3rd. The 1-1 to Higgins popped up. Infield, dropped at first base. It'll be an E3. So Higgins is on with 2 out. Addie Zoli should be 2 for 3 in getting on base today. Grounded out on her last bat. Excuse me, they called that foul. I apologize. So Higgins, instead of getting on, strikes out. And with 1 inning to go, Dumont leading by 4 runs. Dumont trying to add some insurance runs here. Up by 4 as we enter the top of the 7th. Adriana Lavisa, first pitch to her, swings and misses. Lavisa on twice today with a triple and reached on an error in the 5th. There's a soft line to second, throw too high towards Madonic. One on, no out. Here is Gianna Sequiliema. Strike one called. One and one. Chopper towards Tooley, fumbled on the mound. Throw to first will not be in time. 2 straight errors. Avalon Davis 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Has a runner at second right now and no outs. Outside, 2-0. Line drive, base hit into center. And the bases will be loaded. No outs. Genevieve Cruz here, who is 0 for 3 today. The next 3 batters in the Dumont lineup, a combined 1 for 9 in today's game. That one did not hit Cruz and looked inside, but didn't hit her. 1-0. Popped up, very shallow. Madonic trying to get there. DiLoretto does instead. There's the first out. And now that brings up Riley Busquet, who is 1 for 3. Watch the bunt. That one got away from Alvarez. All runners stay. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And a second swing and miss. Big pitch here for Tooley. Busquet with a 1-2 count at the plate. Bases loaded and 1 out. Popped up. Could drop. It does. A base hit for Busquet. Her second straight. Throw to second is in time, but a run does score. It is 7-2 Dumont. Runners at the corners now with 2 out. But Hills now, their work increasingly getting more cut out for them. RBI single for Busquet there. Brought in Lavisa. Strike one called. Alvarez popped up, and the base will be stolen by Busquet. Swing and a miss at the plate, 0-1. Or 0-2, excuse me. After that swing and miss. This is Rosie Weaver trying to make her job in the bottom of this inning easier. One and two with 2 out. That one high to make it 2-2. Popped up foul. A soft ground ball down the third base line. Trying to chase him back to second. They're going to get her. All right. It'll take 5 runs. 3 outs to do it. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Game on the line. All right, as we said, 3 outs to get 5 runs. Dumont up 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th. It will be the top of the Hills order, led by Addie Zoli, who grounds one toward short. It'll get through into center, a leadoff single for Zoli. And that brings up Angrisani, perhaps a similar situation to the beginning of this game when Zoli singled and then Angrisani sack bunted. We'll see if Hills intends to use their precious outs in that way or if they look to go big with it. Angrisani grounds one. She's got speed. Dropped at second. And both runners are going to be safe. Coach DeRosa from Dumont is coming out to talk with that field umpire. 2 straight singles for Hills to begin this pivotal 7th inning. The call will stand. And here is Siegenthaler with no outs. She's 0 for 3 today. Siegenthaler swings. That one to short. 1 out at second. Siegenthaler will be safe at first. 1 away and runners at the corners. Alvarez now. 0 for 2 with a walk. Looks like we may, I was thinking with the stoppage there may be a new Dumont pitcher. It's another conversation with Husky head coach Tristan DeRosa and the umpires. This time the home plate umpire is also out, and he is talking to Coach Mendy from Hills. So it looks like something's going on here. And now it seems the tension has been diffused and everything will remain as it was. 1 out, 2 on at the corners. Still a 7-2 game, but here is Alvarez. Quiet today. 0 for 2 with a walk, as we said. Zoli at third, Siegenthaler at first. It is 2-0 at the plate. Alvarez fouled that one off. 2-1. She has the ability to hit big. A home run this year, 2 for her career, slugging .583. Pops that one up deep, just over the right fielder. Zoli will come home. Siegenthaler is going to stop at third, and RBI double for Alvarez. Seven to 3 now. Sabrina Madonic will be up after this. All right, here we are. 4-run game now. 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. This is Sabrina Madonic. Swing and fouled that one. Madonic today, 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Pops that one up. That's fair, is it? It is. There was some confusion, but it's a base hit and RBI single for Madonic. Lead down to 3. Here's a pop-up. And off the glove again in right field. Madonic coming home. A 2 RBI triple for Nina Tooley. And it is a 1-run game. Sudden, a base hit, or even a sac fly would tie this game. Taking ball 1 there. Sudden had a single in the 6th on her first at-bat of the game. Strike 1 called, a little high and outside. Popped up foul. One ball and 2 strikes for Chloe Sudden. 1 away. On deck is Adriana DiLoretto. Chopper toward short. The throw to first is in time, but the run does score, and we are tied. Here's DiLoretto now. Took strike 1 there. On deck, Higgins. DiLoretto showing bunt, fouled it off. 0-2 now. Strike 3 called. And so it will be extra innings. Join us in a moment. to the 8th inning. Hill saw 10 innings on Thursday in a 15-15 tie against New Milford. Hopefully we don't go there again. This is Faith McAllister taking strike one. One ball, one strike. Popping that one up, it is foul into the bullpen. One and two for McAllister. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 10 for Thule today. And that brings up Lily Myers. One for 3 today. A single in the first inning to lead it off. Takes ball 1 there. Also had a sac bunt. This her 5th at-bat of the day. Alvarez tried to frame it, could not. 2-0. Strike 1 called. Outside, 3-1. Popped up towards left field. Angrasani makes the grab. And with that, 2 are away, none are on, and Riley Fletcher is up to bat. Fletcher today, most recently grounded into a double play. Strike 1 called, a great pitch from Thule. So far today, Fletcher has been on base 3 of the 4 times she's been at the plate. Has a 1-1 count here, drew a walk, reached on an error, singled, and then had that double play. Popped up foul. 1-2. And that one fouled off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Riley Fletcher. And a battle. Here's a 1-2 from Tooley. It's a little low. And we have an even count. Top of the 8th inning, 2 outs, none on. Tie game at 7. Fletcher can hit hard, 2 home runs already as a freshman. That one lined into right, a base hit with 2 out. So the go-ahead run is on. And that brings up Adriana Lavisa, who has also been on base 3 of 4 times. Struck out in the first, tripled, and has reached on errors the past 2 innings. Took an inside strike 1. Taking a timeout here. Here's the 0-1. Just outside. The 1-1. In there, strike 2. Popped up foul. Fletcher, the runner at first. This is Lavisa at the plate. Here's the 1-2. A little low. Even count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, full count now. Here's the full count pitch. Ball 4. Two on, 2 out. Fletcher and Lavisa at second and first, respectively. Gianna Suquilema at the plate now. Suquilema today is just 1 for 3, on base twice, but those were her 2 most recent at-bats. Reached on an error in the 7th. 1-0 is the count here. Just past 6:30 p.m. Strike 1 is called. Tooley tries to keep it tied and make it as easy as possible for Hills to walk it off in the bottom of this inning. 1-1. Popped up foul. Here's the 1-2 to Suquilema. Drilled deep. And a great catch made by Siegenthaler at the wall. Middle of the 8th, we are still tied at 7. It is Madison Higgins who has a strikeout and 2 doubles today to lead off for Hills. In the bottom of this 8th inning, she fouls off pitch number 1. Popped up and caught at second, 1 out. Zoli now with Angrisani on deck. Zoli takes ball 1. Pops that one up deep to right field and caught. 2 up, 2 down. We might be in for another long one. Well, I wasn't here for that one for the broadcast. I watched it, the closing stages from the stands. But now you'll get to if it goes on like this. Angrisani takes ball 1. Two and 0. The last time Hills beat Dumont in this sport was 2024. Dumont took both meetings last year. 3-0 at the plate. They met once in just a regular season game, and they met in the county invitational as Angrisani works a 4-pitch walk. So a runner out with 2 on, and Siegenthaler on senior day looking to be the hero. She's 0 for 3, got on once due to a fielder's choice. That was in the 7th. 2 high pitches to make it 2-0. That one in there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Grounder towards third and getting through into left field. It's a base hit for Siegenthaler. And now Alvarez. Winning run at second. Today was 0 for 2 with a walk and then had an RBI double in the 7th. Can she do that again? 2 out. Takes ball 1. That one got away from the catcher, and both runners steal. So now the winning run is at third. Two and 0. Popped up and fouled on the first base line. 2-1 for Alvarez, who showed her power in the 7th. Can she win it in the 8th? It is 3-1. Way inside. Ball 4. Bases loaded for Sabrina Madonic. 2 out. Madonic today has an RBI, 2 singles, and a double. If she were to get her second RBI, it would win the game. A 1-0 count. A walk could also do it. Grounder towards short. Throw to first to keep us going is not in time. Madonic beats the throw, and Hills wins 8-7 in 8 innings. That is the kind of win that gets you back on track after a 5-game winless streak. Hills beats Dumont 8-7 in extras, a walk-off single for Sabrina Madonic. And it is all over. We thank you for joining us. This, as of now, is my final softball broadcast of my 4 years here at Hills. It's been a great honor to bring to you some of the greatest, I think, Hills softball games in our history, including a couple of nice comebacks last year. If you remember that Waldwick 2-out rally, perhaps one of my favorite memories in these 4 years at Hills. I'm not done yet. We've got baseball twice, both Wednesday against Westwood and Friday, their senior night against Dumont at 4:15 both days. And Saturday at 11, girls lacrosse taking on Lakeland, plus a couple more the week after, and of course the state playoffs. But thank you all for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Matt Merlino. So long from Montvale. Thank you for watching this presentation of PH Athletics. For more information, visit hills.pascack.org/athletics.